Hello everyone and welcome back to Mossy Pine Ranch at Elmcreek. We have reached episode number 40 and are now in May. The wet weather has continued through from our April showers through to this month sadly, but I am starting off today with a full load of silage in the trailer. It's a usual ritual on the ranch to take a load of silage to the BGA first and foremost, to get those BGA profits. But on the way I am going to be taking this Rostelmash cultivator back to the dealership, as we've got some plans today that are going to involve some ploughing, and I don't think because we have a direct seed drill and a direct planter that we have the need for a cultivator anymore. So let us pick this up. There we go, that's attached, so we should be able to tow this. Have to be pretty careful, make sure we don't hit anything. Yeah, we can take that back to the dealership. Now the silage I've got in the trailer has all come from mowing the field number 1 grass meadow and field number 2, 3 near the horses, and also up to the top of the hill, which is our newest area of land which we mowed up last time. And yeah, we also forage wagon collected the new part of the field. The grass meadow I forage wagon collected off screen just because you've seen that so many times before. But yep, our today's plans are going to be around getting that new patch of meadow area turned into a field so we can properly plant grass, drill grass, and give it some lime, give it some fertilizer, so it's going to produce a good level of grass. So yeah, we've got a few things to do and to gather today to make that happen. But first and foremost, let's get the Rostelmash dropped off at the dealership and again get a load of silage into the BGA. Can't believe we've got another wet weather day. The rain gods are not being good to me, but hopefully it's getting it out of its system in time for harvest time. So let's drop the Rostelmash off here. We can hopefully just drop it in the zone and get that sold. Just giving that a quick repair and we can sell it for 6,978. Back in the truck, and let's just head around the corner to the BGA to drop this silage off. BGA, here we are, and I'm going to go for this hopper this time. We always seem to prefer the one closer to the entrance, so we'll give this hopper some love. In it goes. And that's in. Always a nice feeling dropping off a large load of silage to the BGA. You know the money's going to come rolling in. And speaking of money, we've got to get the productions kicked off at the BGA. It's been deactivated. But we've got silage in there again now, 83,000 litres, so we can start processing that once again. And yeah, we've got some good stores of digestate, so after harvest time later on in the year we will have quite a bit to cover our fields with a good level of fertiliser. So back to the ranch, but before that we're going to stop again at the dealership so we can pick up a new plough that's really going to help us today and in the future when we want to expand some fields. So it's ploughs we're after, and I've spotted one plough in particular, a mod that's really going to help us with expanding the fields and ploughing large volumes of ground. It is the John Deere 2410 plough, $85,000, and yeah, this is 16.7 meters wide, so it's really going to fit the bill, and takes 320 horsepower to pull it, so the IMT can be the master of that one and drag that along. So yeah, let's go ahead and buy that and give it a whirl. Cool, that is a beast. Question is, can we tow it back with this trailer? Yes, we certainly can. Let's try and get it back safely. It is a big beast. Wow, I didn't think it'd be this big. It's taken up both sides, both lanes of one side of the road. Crazy. Better get the hazards on for this one. Having to stay halfway off the road down lanes like this, just so we've got enough width. At the ranch yard, and it's a bit of a question as to whether it will fit through this gate. Just about. Right, let's get this dropped off and then we can park up the truck and get on with some plough preparation. Right, we put the cover on the trailer and we'll leave the Mack truck here just so it's staying a bit out of the wet. So, on to ploughing, and we're not going to be using the IMT on the John Deere plough first of all. We are going to be hopping in the case and we'll be getting the smaller subsoil plough so we can mark out a perimeter that we are going to then plough within, just to make our lives a little bit easier. Sometimes marking it out and then ploughing inside of that just makes your life a bit easier with the borders, especially when you've got a big plough like the one we've just bought. But yeah, let's head on over, and I think the subsoiler hasn't been used since early days Mossy Pine Ranch, probably between episode 1 and 10, sometime around there, so it'd be good to get it out again. Right, here's the subsoiler, and it is a Kuhn subsoiler, and if we just squeeze it out we can then head over to part of the field that we're going to need to expand. And before we get started, I will nip back and get the IMT with the John Deere plough so it is ready to switch to. Yeah, we will start somewhere over here, so let's just leave it there for now. In the IMT, and we're certainly going to need this to pull this plough because it's very big. But as you can probably imagine, when it comes to needing to periodic plough all of our fields, we've got some quite sizable fields now, and quite a few of them. So yeah, we need a plough this size really to cater for the volume of fields and also the hectares we've got in some of the fields as well, just to make our life easier. But yeah, the IMT's pulling this quite easily, and I'd expect it to, because it's only upright at the moment. I'm sure it will have a bit of a harder job when it's in the ground ploughing. But yeah, let's get it over to the area we want to plough, and it can lie in wait for after we've done the border. Here we are. So we can leave that here. And one thing to mention whilst I'm walking over to the case is I said I was going to smooth this area out at the end of last session, and I have done that. I've done it off screen, so you'll probably notice that it's looking a lot less undulating. It's been smoothed off at either end, and it's now a nice gradual hill with some curves at the end rather than a big wobbly mess. But yeah, let's hop in the case and we'll fire her up and start creating the border of our new and extended field. So I've allowed create fields. Let's just find the border, lower away, and we can start mapping out our new area. I want to leave a bit of a grass slither between where we're ploughing and where the pathway is. Don't want it to go right up to the edge if we can afford it, but that looks about right to me. So yeah, it's pretty much taking this subsoiler around the border. That's going to be our marker to work inside of, and then we'll get the bigger plough to plough up the whole area, because as you can imagine, if we were just working with this, it would take us quite a long time to plough this field. But we have done this. We used this subsoiler for field number 1, the grass meadow. So yeah, we've now got the funds and the ability on the ranch to buy bigger equipment to make our life easier. So I'm going to get this done and all ploughed, and I'll see you when we're finished. Well, that's done, and definitely made life a lot easier having this humongous plough. We did the border with the smaller subsoiler, which has left a different texture. It's more like a mulched texture. And then the John Deere plough came along and went inside the lines. I did get a bit close to the border in parts, but it's just because it's slightly difficult to handle this large plough with a articulated tractor especially. But yeah, it did perform, and very impressed with it. And it's got me excited for when we next need to do some large ploughing, either merging our fields or dealing with periodic ploughing on our crop fields to make sure that they get the best yield. I think some of them are coming up for needing their periodic ploughing. So yeah, we will see after harvest time this season what fields need to be ploughed. But one thing's for sure, it will certainly be super easy thanks to this new John Deere plough. And the IMT pulled it magnificently, which is always good. I think we're going to have to park it in the big vehicle shelter, because I don't think anywhere else would take it, to be honest. There we go, it's going to have to live in there next to the seed drill. And we haven't got a drive-through in this vehicle shelter anymore, so we'll have to go around it, but that's fine. The next thing that the IMT is going to pull is either the seed drill or the planter, so we'll just leave it here for now, but I'm thinking seed drill is probably the preference just because of the undulating ground. I know planters don't deal with wobbly ground so great, so probably be the seed drill. So consulting the map, we can see this is our new and extended part of the field, and it's interesting looking at it on the map because I didn't think it was going to be too much bigger than sort of field 2 and 3, but you can see that it is quite a bit longer and quite a bit wider in parts, so that is really beneficial. And we are going to be putting grass in here, so let's just take a look at the sort of statuses. So it's got ploughed and it's got a bit of seed bed around the edge, but that doesn't matter. And soil composition, it will be needing lime. So yeah, we're going to have to grab the case and the Jan spreader, which has already got lime in it. So let's hop over back to the case. Back in the case, I think the horses enjoyed watching that spectacle of a small plough and massive plough, getting that field all prepped. Let's drop off the subsoiler and we can go and grab the spreader. Now, one thing's for sure, we are getting through hay a lot quicker, and that's probably because of our increased number of horses. They have reproduced, and also our sheep numbers have grown quite substantially, so we are getting through hay a bit quicker. So I think one of the grass cuts later in the year we are going to have to do another hay batch, but that's fine. We've got plenty of grass in our sort of 2 grass fields, this grass meadow and our newly extended field that runs pretty much the entire length of the property. Right, here is our Jan spreader. Let's get it hitched up. Now, annoyingly, it is raining, so that's probably going to make it a little bit difficult for the lime spreader. Doesn't have a cover, so that's not ideal with the rain, but nonetheless we're going to have to get on and do it anyway, and hopefully the lime doesn't get all clogged up and can't get out the spreader properly. But yeah, we've got that, and 93% lime, so don't need to top it up anymore. Let's head back to the field and we can start doing some liming. Right, let's drive in here and we can just get set up to start doing some liming. There we go, let's switch on and get underway. Get my bearings with the widths. This Jan spreader doesn't spread as wide as I thought it would, so at some point I think we might upgrade to the Bredel spreader. That has a good width for lime. But if you've got any other great mod ideas, then let me know. But yeah, I do like this spreader, but I think we still could go wider with the lime spreading yet, because yeah, again we've got some big fields, so when it comes to lime time we will have our work cut out for us on something that can't spread too wide. But this will do for now. So yeah, let's zip round here, get it all limed up, and then it'll be ready for drilling with our direct seed drill. That's the lime all spread. Let's take a look and see how we've got on. Okay, so missed a little slither up the top, so just going to go tidy that up. And that's all done. So, liming completed. It's very difficult to know which way and how to go about the coverage of this field. It's not a conventional sized field, definitely with the shape of it as well. So yeah, it does make for some creative and interesting routes when ploughing, liming, and it'll be the same for seeding, I'm sure. But yeah, like to make use of the space and land we've got, so it's perfect for a nice grass field. Let's head back to the yard. Looks like we need to wash some of this lime off, although it might come off in the rain naturally. But yeah, let's get it tidied away and then get onto seed drilling. Big blast with the jet sprayer. That's looking much better. Now, it's a shame about this Jan spreader. I think it's perfect for a smaller sized farm, but we just need something a little bit wider for spreading lime. So yeah, I'm probably going to be trading it in at some point. If you've got any good ideas, then let me know. But yeah, it'd be sad to see it go, because it is a nice and nifty little spreader. But we need something bigger. Hopped back in the IMT and we can pick up the Porsche Pronto. Now that should have enough seed and fertilizer in it, but if not, let's stock up. I'm thinking we should have enough seed and fertilizer. And funnily, the rain has just completely stopped, which is good. I hope that is the last of the rain that we're going to see. It's been a very wet spring, so I'm hoping that's ushering in sunshine for our summer and harvest season. Right, approaching the field, so we'll get unfolded. Got grass selected. And I think this is going to fertilise as we go, so it'll probably up it to the secondary level of fertiliser. We got a layer of primary fertiliser when we mowed the grass from the natural meadow that was here, so that's a bonus. So we will have a double fertilised patch of grass. But that is the grass going in quite nicely, and the Porsche Pronto using its horsepower to direct drill into the ploughed and limed field. And the IMT is pulling away fiercely. Yep, let's get this grass in, and it'd be nice to have this field extended and completed. So, see you soon. And that's done. Apart from two little slithers up the top, which I was just trying to nab, but it was slightly too wide for the seed drill. It's been a bumpy ride, but we've got there. It's all drilled, all our grass is in, and yeah, we've seen a depletion of seed and fertilizer, so that must mean that it has applied the secondary level of fertilizer as well. But we can shut that off and get it folded up, and it's done a fantastic job. The Horsch seed drill is very, very versatile. Difficult to steer with an articulating tractor. Probably would be better on a non-articulating tractor. So yeah, at some stage we might have to get just a bigger, more powerful case to match with our Case IH Pro, and that would be a nice addition to pull the seed drill. But yeah, the IMT is needed from a horsepower perspective, and it's the most cost-effective tractor that we've been able to find at 500 horsepower, so that's why we're using it, and it has served us well, so yeah, I'm not going to discredit it. But that is all the grass drilled now, so yeah, I think that's all we intended to do today. We got that area all ploughed and limed and now drilled, so we've added to the grass stocks, and yeah, look forward to the grass being ready in that new section. We'll wait for all of that section to be ready. Obviously the patch that already has grass in will be ready first, but we will wait till we can mow the whole field in one lot. Let's just quickly get this washed up and parked away. Right, we can unhitch and stow that away quite nicely next to the rather large John Deere plough. So let's just take a quick look at the field, make sure everything's up to scratch. So there we are, secondary fertilised in most places, a couple of little niggles, but that's okay. And yeah, we have got grass. So yeah, field 2, 3, and it's all extended down to here. That's all got grass in, just like our field number 1, the meadow. Probably need some new names for these fields, because yeah, I just keep calling them field 1 in the meadow, field 2, 3 in the meadow, and yeah, it just needs a better name. So if you can come up with some better names for these two grass fields, I'm all ears. Taking a look at the BGA, we can see our silage has largely processed for the day, down to 27,000 litres. So I'm going to take another load from the fermenting silo, and we've got 66,000, so I'll wait for that to creep up to 83,000 and take a load at the end of the day. I shall do that off screen, so that means it's it for today. I hope you have enjoyed watching. If you have, remember to drop a like, and if you've got any tips, tricks or things you'd like me to do, then feel free to leave a comment. Next time we'll be turning our attention hopefully to one of our harvests. I think the barley field up the top will be ready first, so fingers crossed that'll be ready to harvest and we can see to that. But yep, hope to see you again next time, and until then, I'll catch you later. Cheers all, bye bye.